Okay. Now, length function of a matrix counts all the elements of a matrix and it will print. Suppose we have 12 elements in mat1, so length of mat1 will give us 12 as the output. Whereas if the same length function is applied on the data frame, you get the count of the number of columns. Suppose we have 10 rows and 3 columns. It is not 10 into 330, you will get 3. Okay, so length function when applied on a data frame will give the number of columns. Length function applied on a matrix will give the total number of values in the matrix. So let us go and check whether it is correct or not. So let us use the length function on the data frame. So our data frame name is df1. So length function on a data frame counts the number of columns. So we have L1, L2, L3 columns. That is the reason length of a data frame we are getting 3 as the output, whereas length of applied on a matrix is giving 12 as the output. So length function applied on a data frame will give the number of columns. Length function applied on a matrix will count the total number of elements in the matrix and it will print. So there is a difference between say applying the same length function on the data frame and the matrix. So let me even write it. Length function on a data frame counts the number of columns. Okay, students. So this is the same function is applied on a data frame. You will get the number of columns. Applied on a matrix gives the total number of values in the matrix. Okay. Now we will see and you and know about this set WD, set working directory, and get working directory. So the same example I am taking, I am not changing the example. So what if we have okay cricket.csv file in F folder. In that F folder, I have a folder called R folder. In that a subfolder is there called data sets. In the data sets, we have stored a cricket file which is of the CSV format. Okay, so now the first thing that we need to do is we have to set the working directory. Okay, or the address where this cricket.csv file is located. For that, use setwd function. Okay, open the round bracket and put the double quotation marks. Simply go and copy the address where the file is located, paste it okay in between the double quotation marks, and then one more thing that we need to do, that is okay wherever we have one backslash we should add the second backslash. Okay, so why are we adding the second backslash is a single backslash syntax format is patented by MS-DOS, Microsoft DOS. Okay, so Microsoft will not accept if we are using their syntax. That is the reason to overcome that licensing issues and all. What are okay trust or cran did is they modified the way of okay writing the address. So add a second backslash, then it is fine. Execute it. So the path is set. To get a confirmation, use getwd function with open and close brackets. Don't write anything in the open and close bracket, keep it empty. So when the set WD address and the get WD outcome or output is one and the same, then it means that the path has been correctly set. Once the path is set, let us see how to read a CSV file. We should start with the function read.table, which is inbuilt in R. So simply use read.table function followed by the round bracket. Within the double quotation marks, type the name of the file that we are supposed to read into R with the extension .csv, comma, header is equal to true, separator is equal to comma. Okay, so why header is equal to true is the cricket data set that we have copied has some rows, some columns, and each column has a heading. That is the reason to separate the heading with the actual values, we are saying that there is a header or heading for each column. Header is equal to true. Then CSV file stands for comma separated value file. So the separator is comma. That is the reason we write SCP separator is equal to comma in single or double quotation marks, and write a or give a name to it. We have assigned cricket1 as the name. So once we execute, what we get is the entire data copied into R. Okay, so let us start applying some data frame functions. So first let us see what is the structure of cricket1. By using the class function, it is the data frame. Use names function, it gives the names of each column. Dim number of rows and number of columns, we have 3 rows and 4 columns. Head gives the first 6 rows by default, because we have only 3, so I am trying to get the first 2 rows. So head followed by the data frame name, comma, the number of rows that we want to extract. And if I want to extract the first and third rows and second and third columns, you can start giving, okay, with the data frame name. Then C of 1 comma 3 represents the first and third rows, comma 2 colon 3 represents second and third columns. Got it, students? So this is how you extract the data from a CSV file. First you read it and extract. Then to read the data from an Excel file, because Excel is an licensed package, we cannot directly use read.table function. First there is a process. The first step is install the package. Once you install a package, there is no need to install it again and again. Once installed, it is installed. So how to say how to install a package? Use install.packages followed by the read Excel function. Or the second method that we have is go to the fourth window, say under the packages tab, we have install option. Click on that, install packages window will open. Within the packages space, you type read Excel. Okay, it will show you all the commands that we have, functions. So click on read Excel package and install. This is the way you install a package. Both are one and the same. Once you install a package, you need to activate. So use library or require function, any one function to activate or load the package. So library I am using, followed by the read Excel function. Then once it is activated, we need to confirm, use search function. So once you execute the search function, that particular package should be visible in the output of the search function. So read Excel is visible. So now the package is installed. So we can use that package. So what we are using is under read Excel, we are using read underscore Excel. This is the function. Function is read underscore Excel in the package read Excel. Okay, so the file name is cricket and the extension for Excel is XLSX. Okay, it's not CSV, it is XLSX. It is the extension for the Excel file. Provide a name for it and simply execute. You will find all the data copied. Okay, so we also need to work on two functions, that is structure str. So in place of executing the class function, names function, dim, head, tail, so on so forth, what we can do is one simple function we can execute, that is str. So when we have this str function structure followed by the data frame name, what it gives us is the name, the class of the data, that is it is in a data frame format. It has 3 observations, 3 rows and 4 columns. Date, match, team 1, team 2 are the names of the columns, which we get with the help of the names function. Then the data type of each and every column, then the values. So what all functions we executed, okay, just now, that 4 5 functions, you can get the same output with a single function, that is str structure function. Okay, then we have the summary function. If we execute the summary function, what it gives us is, if it is a numeric column. It gives the first, okay, the minimum value in the column, the maximum value, the mean and median values, first and third quartiles. So first and third quartiles are useful to identify whether there are any outliers within that particular column. Okay, so that is for a numeric column. Then the summary function for the same, say, character column will give the total number of values and the class. So there are three values and the class is character. So even for logical it will give the same. So in place of class it will give us logical. Okay, this is the output of summary function. So once we read a data, first thing you should execute is the structure function followed by the summary function. Okay, students, so this is what we have learned till now. So give me 1 second so that I will check what else do you have as a part of your course. Okay, so give me 1 second. Okay, so what else we have is we have something called this, say, sequence function, sample function, repeat function, cbind and rbind functions, followed by how to use the help. Okay, so these are four functions that I have come up with, because you, when we are programming, these functions will help us. Okay, so let us start with a sequence function. So sequence function prints the values in a sequence. Okay, so how does the sequence function can be used in two different ways? Okay, students, so once can you confirm that you are able to see the screen? Anyone in the chat box? Yes. Okay, so sequence function can be used in two different ways. The first one is sequence starting from is equal to 1 till 100 by is equal to 2. So what do we mean by from is equal to 1, 2 is equal to 100, by is equal to 2 is starting from 1 till 100 with a difference of 2, we are going to print the values. So the starting value is 1, then by a difference of 2, the second value is printed. So 1, 2, 3, 3 is printed, then 4 is left, 5 is printed, so on, so forth. So this is the output 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, so on, so forth till 99. It is printed. This is all about the sequence function. Okay. See, there is another way of writing also the same function. What you can do is there is no need for you to write from to by. You can simply say that I want to print, okay, 20 comma 60 comma 5. So from 20 to 60 with a difference of 5. So you get 20, 25, 30, 35, so on so forth till 60. So this is how you can write it. So for your convenience, I have, okay, used from is equal to is equal to by, but you can remove them. You can simply write sequence 1 comma 100 comma 2. It will give the same output. So in the second example, I have taken sequence 1 comma 10 comma length is equal to 20. So what does that mean is starting from 1 till 10, print 20 values. So between 1, so including 1 and 10, you print 20 value, means starting with 1 ending with 10, in between we should have 20 values. So let us execute. So it will start with 1, then 1.47, then 1.94, so on, so forth. It will print 20 values. Okay, if you start counting, 19th value is 9.526, then the 20th value is 10.000. So these are the two ways in which sequence function can be used. So where do we use it and how do we use it? When we start working on our algorithm, I will show each and every function that we have learned as a part of our R. I will show you how we can use it in the real-time project. Okay. Then we have sample functions. This is very important. Students who wish to enter into the field of data science, they should be aware of what are these sample functions. So again, sample functions are of two categories. The first sample function is sample 1 colon 100. So now you should have been known what is 1 colon 100, starting with 1 till 100. Okay, comma 30. 30 means between 1 to 100, you extract any 30 numbers. Any 30 numbers. Replace is equal to false. F means false. Let me write in the full format. So when I say replace is equal to false, means once a number is taken, then don't repeat the same number. Suppose between 1 to 100, the first number is 23. Then in the remaining 29, 23 will not come. Okay, the second number is 5. So the 5 will not repeat again in the remaining 28 numbers. That is what replace is equal to false means. Okay. So sample 1 colon 100 from 1 to 100, including 1 and 100. Sample any 30 numbers with replace is equal to false. Don't repeat the sample again. All the samples should be unique. So let me execute this function. See, you have 88, 50, 62, 127, 45, so on, so forth. So if you look at the numbers, you will find that no number will be repeated. All are unique. This is achieved when we say replace is equal to false. Similarly, sample 1 colon 100, 30 replace is equal to true. So what does that mean is, if we want to repeat the same number, okay, means it might repeat, it may not repeat, but we are giving the choice to R. Okay, so sample 1 to 100, pick up any 30 numbers, and if the number is repeated, I don't mind. That is what I am saying. So if you look at the numbers, you will find certainly that numbers, few of them might be repeated. If you can look, any number, is any number repeated? See, again, there is no rule that the number should repeat. Okay, it all depends. See, one is repeated. Okay, one is in the second position and also somewhere in the ninth or 10th position. So I can get one. So you can also check that there might be few numbers which are repeated. So this is what you get when you use replace is equal to true. Some of the numbers are repeated. Got it? Then we have something called repeat. So what do we mean by repeat is, if you want to repeat a number or any set of values again and again. Okay. So I say repeat 3 comma 5. When I say repeat 3 comma 5, what does that mean is, I want to repeat the value 3 5 times. Okay. So repeat 3 comma 5 means I want to repeat the value 3 5 times. So I get 33333 as the output. Similarly, I can use, okay, repeat c comma c of 2 comma 5 comma 3. So repeat 2 comma 5 values, vector values 2 comma 5 three times. So 2 comma 5, 2 comma 5 and 2 comma 5 will be repeated. Okay, so let me check it for you. So 2 5 2 5 2 5 are repeated thrice. Okay, students. Then we have something called R bind and row and C bind functions. This R bind stands for row bind, C bind stands for column bind. Okay. So what does this row bind and column bind means? Suppose we are creating two columns, two vectors. My numbers 1 with values 1, 2, 3, 4, and my numbers 2 second vector with values 11, 12, 13, and 14. So two vectors are created with the names my numbers 1 and my numbers 2. So let us start with cbind function. So these vectors are binded column wise. Okay. So let us execute cbind my numbers 1 comma my numbers 2. So if you look at the output, when I use cbind column bind function, you find both the vectors combined. Binded means combined column wise. Okay. Similarly, when I use r bind of my numbers 1 comma my numbers 2, both the vectors are binded, are combined row wise. Okay, so let me execute r bind my numbers 1 comma my numbers 2. See, both the rows are added, combined, binded row wise. So this is the function all about c bind and r bind. So we have seen new functions like sequence. Sequence is used to print few values between a start and end numbers, some values between these two. We also looked at the sample function. Sample function, out of few samples or few numbers, we are trying to extract few samples, and there are two, okay, possibilities. The first one is with the same sample repeated and without repeating the sample. So if you want to repeat the sample, you say replace is equal to true. If you don't want to replace, say repeat the samples, all the samples to be unique, we say replace is equal to false. These are the two possibilities that we have in sample function. Then the third function we have seen is repeat. Okay, so if you want to repeat a value or a set of values particular number of times, we can use the repeat function. It is rep, repeat is rep. Then the fourth function is rbind and cbind function. So rbind stands for row bind and cbind stands for column bind. So what do we mean by row bind and column bind is vectors are created. If you want to combine them column wise, you can call it, or you can use cbind function, or if you want to bind them, add them, combine them, okay, say row wise, you give r bind function. Okay, these are the four functions that we have learned. Let me show you how to see the available data sets, okay, in r. So as we have two types of packages, one are the base packages, the others are the contributed packages. Similarly, we have data sets which come under base data sets and some are contributed. So what do we mean by base data sets is they are freely available. So there is no need to install any package. Simply use data and followed by open and close brackets, you will get a set of, okay, data sets, and the names of the data sets and what it does. So if we look at the first data sets, air passengers, so it means that monthly airline passengers numbers between 1949 to 1960. Or if you look at some BOD or CO2, that is carbon dioxide uptake in grass plants, some data sets. So we have plenty number of n number of data sets that you can use. Okay, students, these come under the base data sets. They are free to be used, means all are free. There is no need to install any package. There is a second category of data sets that are available under a set of packages. Unless and until you install those packages, you activate those packages, you cannot use those data sets. So what are those data sets? You can use this simple function, data package is equal to dot packages all dot available is equal to true. Okay, or if you type simply data, you go to the data sets. I think at the end, see at the end you have this particular function. So don't worry if you are not able to remember that much. What you are supposed to remember is only the data, okay, followed by open and close brackets. Once you execute this, you will get a set of all open data sets. Simply scroll down to the bottom. In the bottom, you will have another syntax function, that is data packages is equal to dot packages all dot available is equal to true. You copy this, go to our R, okay, editor window, type it and execute it. What you get is a list of all the data sets in that particular package. You install that package and you can use the data set. So it is loading, it will take certain amount of time. It shouldn't take this much time. Why it is taking? Okay, now it has come. So there is a package called abc.data. So if you want, go and check in install, type abc.data. See, there is a package called abc.data. You install it. Once you install and activate it, you can use all these data sets what we have. Or there is a package called bit64. Or okay, if you scroll down, you have something more packages, a set of packages like car data. Okay, you just install that car data, you will be able to use all these data sets pertaining to the car. Okay, different types of cars and different data sets. Okay, so these are called contributed data sets. You can also use them provided you install the package and activate the package. Got it? So these are some of the things that you can use if you don't have data sets to practice. Okay, they are all real time. Let me tell you, they are not cooked up, they are all real time. Now, how to use the help functions? Suppose there is a function called help sum. So you don't know how to use it. Method one is you put a question mark and write the name of the function. You will get it. Okay. So go to the fourth window. You will get something about the sum functions. What is this sum function? How to use it? What are the arguments? The details, and at the end some worked out examples. Similarly, you can use help, okay, followed by open and close brackets, within that double quotation marks, and in between the name of the function. If you execute even, it will give you the output. Okay, all the things about the median function. Okay, students, so this is how you can make use of help. Or simply go to the fourth window, click on the help tab. There is a small space allocated. you type sum over there, you will get all the functions starting with sum. Click on any one, you will get the details about that particular function. So there are three different ways of getting data about any function. You can use it. Okay, students. So I will make a pause. I will take a pause here. I will accept the doubts. Please, if you have any doubts, raise it. Okay. You want Gauri Srivalli wants to know set WD and get WD in detail. Okay, ma'am. I have explained in detail, but still I will explain you. Okay. So it was in detail, but still you want it repeated. Sure, I will repeat it. Not an issue. Okay. Okay. See, set WD stands for setting a new working directory. Similarly, get WD stands for getting the address of the set working directory. Okay. So setting a new working directory. Working directory means where you are going to work or from where you are trying to get the data from. Because see, let us say you are in place X. Okay, your school is your college in is in place Y. So college is in place Y, you are in place X. So you need to go from place X to place Y and learn, right? Sit in the college. Similarly, setting working directory means we are trying to set the path where your file is located. Suppose you want to read the data which is okay stored in a file. That file is in some location, some address, in some drive, in some folders it is located. Okay, so let me also take some example. Okay, so currently I am in F drive. In F drive there is a folder called R folder. Within that R folder there is a subfolder called data sets. Within that there is a file name called cricket. So I have just copied the data which is stored in cricket.csv into R. This is our say task 1. We have successfully completed our task 1. Now my task 2 is to read a second data set, okay, which is stored in say the same F drive. Okay, let me copy the address for you because I don't want to again start from scratch. So give me one moment. I will take a real-time data set so that you will understand. Okay, so see, now my task 2 is read another data set which is okay of the name data cc, some file. Okay, it is of some file. Where is that data.cc located? It is in the same F folder in another okay subfolder within F called R analytics, that is F drive. In that a folder called R analytics course modified. In this, I have another subfolder got called data 2. In this data 2, there is a file called data cc. I want to read this. Okay. So let us say this is my task 2. So I have completed this task. Now I am going to do this task. But the problem is to complete the second task means to read the data stored in data cc. I cannot do it. Why? Because I am currently located in this directory, but the file is located in some other location. So staying in this location, I cannot read the file which is stored in another location. Got it? So to read this second file, I need to set my directory to this second location or address. For that, what I do, I use setwd function, open the close brackets, okay, rounded okay, brackets. Within that double quotation marks, I will simply copy the address where my data cc second file is located. I will copy paste it. Then I will make one small change. That is, if wherever I have one backslash, I add another backslash. Got it? So now let us see, is there any change? So initially my okay directory was F drive R folder in that datasets subfolder. Let me check whether I am in that directory. So to check whether or in which directory you are currently located, we use getwd. So my current working directory is F drive. In that there is R folder. In that there is datasets subfolder. Got it? Now I am trying to reset my directory to F drive R analytics course modified folder. Within that day2 subfolder. Let me use setwd function. What happened? Is there any issue? Error in setwd, cannot change the working directory. Why? Let me copy the address correctly. Okay, backslash backslash execute. Okay, so I have set a new working directory. Now let me go and check getwd once again. See, my new current working directory is F drive R analytics course modified day 2. So initially my working directory was this. After setting a new working directory and checking with getwd, the working directory has changed to the new working directory address. So why are we trying to set this working directory is to read the data, okay, or the file which we want to read it into R. That is the reason we are setting a new working directory always and confirming whether we have set it correctly or wrong with the help of getwd function. This is okay. Every time you are trying to read data from external sources, you are supposed to go to that location where the file is located, copy the address, store it in setwd. Okay, make the changes like adding a second backslash. Once you execute, go and check getwd and it should be same. This is the process you should do, okay, while you are copying data from different sources to R. Got it? Can you put it, Gauri Srivalli? Yes or no? Is it fine or okay? So now we will be going into. Okay, more deeper commands of R, which are called as apply functions. Okay, apply functions are very important for us because these apply functions are, let us say that apply family functions. Why am I calling as family functions is this apply has four sub functions in it. The first sub function in apply is the apply function. Okay, the second major sub function in apply family is s apply. Okay, s apply function. The third one what we have is the l apply function, and the fourth one is the t apply function. So these are the four major sub functions that we have in the parent apply function. Okay, so these are very very important, so I suggest you shouldn't miss this. Okay, so how does this apply function works? So let me take simple example. As we have taken, I am creating a matrix. I am not going for any deeper, okay, say examples. I am taking the same examples that we have worked initially. Let us say we are creating a matrix with 4 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so n call is equal to 3. I am giving a name called mat1. Let me execute mat1 matrix 1. So we have a matrix with 4 rows and 3 columns. Now what I can do is, if I want to go row wise, so the first row has the values. Why I have, okay, I have given only 1 to 2, sorry, I will take 1 to 12. So if we have the first row, the values are 1, 3, 9. Second row is 2, 6, 10. Third is 3, 7, 11. Fourth is 4, 8, 12. So I want to sum all the elements in the row 1. So in the first row we have 1, 3, 9. So I want to sum them so that I get 1 plus 3 plus 9, that is 13. And I go to the second row, we have 2, 6 and 10. So I want to sum them up. So I get 2 plus 6 plus 10, that is 18 as the output. So I want to sum the elements which are present in each row. That I can achieve simply with the help of apply functions. So how will I use apply function is, use apply. The first, okay, say argument is the data, that is mat1. If I want to go row wise, means I want to sum the values of rows by rows, I give 1. 1 represents row and 2 means columns. So I want to sum the elements by rows or elements in the rows, so I give 1 and I want to sum them. Use the function sum. Okay, now execute. So what you get, 15, 18, 21, and 24. So 15 is the first one, 1 plus 5 plus 9. 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 plus 9 is 15. Second row, 2 plus 6 plus 10. So 2 plus 6, 8 plus 10, 18. Third row, 3 plus 7 plus 11. 3 plus 7, 10 plus 11, 21. Fourth row, 4 plus 8 plus 12. So 4 plus 8, 12 plus 12, 24. So simply you can work it out like this. Okay. So go to the, again I'm repeating, if I want to go row wise, I give 1. If I want to go column wise, I give 2. Okay, so apply mat1 is matrix 1, the name of the data. 1 represents rows, okay, and the function that I want to apply. So let me write adding the values row wise. Now similarly, if I want to add the elements, okay, adding the values column wise. So what I do, I use apply function. The name of the data is mat1. Because I want to go column wise, I give 2, and let us say the same sum function I am using. So the elements are summed column wise. You get 10, 26, and 42. So let us look whether it is correct or not. The first column has 1, 2, 3, 4 as the elements. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So I have 10 as the output. Second is 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8. So 5 plus 6, 11. 11 plus 7, 18. 18 plus 8, 26. Then 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12. 19 plus 11, 30. 30 plus 12, 42. So this is how you use apply function. Got it, students? So any doubt? Okay. So let us take a small break here. Now we have, it is 6:07 in my watch. Please come back by 6:12. Okay. A quick break, quick and short break. Again, please come back by 6:12. Okay. Okay, students, it's 6:12. So as we said that we will meet at 6:12. Uh, Please join the session. So we have learned about apply, the first function in apply family, that is about apply function. So apply function can be used row or column wise. So if we want to apply any function, okay, on the data set, whether row or column wise, we can use the simple apply function. So let us look at the second function in apply family, that is sapply. So the input for sapply function can be, okay, vector or a matrix, okay, so on so forth. So let us take a simple data set. Okay, I create vector with the name, let us say some, I'm using some BA. Okay, so create three names I am using. Let us say machine learning, second one deep learning, and the third one, let us say data science itself. Okay, so now I want to use sapply. Okay, so how does this sapply function is used? Sapply function has two arguments. The first argument is the name of the data. So BA is the name that we have provided. And the second, okay, argument is the command function that we want to apply. Say nchar. Let me use nchar function. What does this nchar function does? Nchar function will count the number of characters in this element. It will print. Then it will go to the second element or value. It counts the number of characters in the second element. It will print. Then it moves to the third element. That is how nchar function works. So let me execute this. BA is not, oh sorry, I didn't execute this. Sorry. So if we go and check the number of characters in the first element, that is machine learning has 16 characters. Deep learning has 13, data science has 12. So it prints the value machine learning. Under that, it will print 16 characters. Then it will go print deep learning. It will print 13. Data science 12. This is how the sapply function works. Means the function nchar is applied on each and every element of the vector. Similarly, if you have a data frame, even you can use sapply function. How? So sapply function, the function in sapply can be applied on each and every column of the data frame. So this is how the sapply function is useful. So sapply, what, okay, sapply will do is the function that we are using in sapply can be applied on each and every element of the data. Okay, so again, when we go and work on our first project, I will explain you where we are using sapply, what is the use of that. Coming to lapply function, lapply syntax is also same. The first one is the name of the data set, and the second one is, let us say we are using nchar function. Okay, so let me create another data set for this, which is called list1. List is another way of storing the data. Let me go check c of 1 comma 4 comma 5 and c of 11 comma 13. Let me use this simple. Okay, list 1 is created. Okay, there are no characters. Let me use this sum function. Okay, so L apply, what I did is I created a simple list 1 data which has two elements. The first one has 1, 4, 5, and the second one has 11 and 30. I stored them into list 1. I use lapply function. The first argument is list 1, second argument is sum. So sum is applied on list 1. So list 1 has two sub elements. The first one is 1, 4, 5, and the second one is 11 and 30. So in the so if you look at the output, in the first place it has 1, 4, 5. So 1 plus 4 plus 5, the output is 10. And the second element has 11 and 13. So under the second element, 11 plus 13, 24 is printed. So again, so if what is the difference between S apply and L apply is, if you look at the output of, okay, S apply, it is neatly generated, whereas L apply, it is somewhat raw, somewhat clumsy. So when we apply certain things, we go for a neatly finished product, not the rugged ones. So better always use S apply whenever there is an option. If the client says use L apply, we will use L apply, but unless and until we have a need to apply, use L apply. Okay, use it, else use S apply. S apply is always preferred. Okay, let me check whether we can use S apply on list 1. I use S apply list 1 comma sum. Okay, see the output between L apply and S apply. We have two elements. See the output of L apply, how rugged it is. If you look at this S supply output, see how simple it is. You have, it clearly shows that there are two elements and we have applied sum. The first element sum is 10 and the second element sum is 24. So if you look between L apply and S apply is simple and easy to work on. Okay, both will give the same output, but the output of S apply is much more simple to interpret. That's the reason we use S apply rather than L apply. Then T apply. So T apply again has three arguments. The first argument uh, is the numeric value or numeric column. Second is the factor column, and the third one is the function that we are going to apply. Okay, students. So what is this? Don't worry, I will explain you. T apply is very important. Please follow me. Let us say we have month. We have a column called month and say salary. I am taking a simple data set. Say the month is May, and also I will take one more. Okay, employee ID. Okay, students. So I am taking three columns because I want to use them. First is employee ID 100, month is May, and salary is say $200. Salary in dollars. Okay, let us go for 101, month is May, salary is 300. Then 102, the same month, salary comes to $80. Okay, similarly what I do is I take 3 months so that you will understand. I have June, slightly there is an increase in the salary per 100. 101, June, salary is constant, there is no change. And 102 didn't get any salary in June. Then 100 in July, the salary is 225. 101, this salary is July, he got around $120. And 102 for July, the salary is say how much did we say? Okay, so B has more salary, right? Let me take 320 and here 120. Okay, students. So this is the data that we have. In this, numeric column is salary, factor columns are employee ID and month. Okay, so factor columns are employee ID and month, and numeric column is salary. So let us try to do something. Okay, can we use like this? I doubt. I literally doubt. So what I do, I will create a simple Excel sheet so that I can easily show you how we can work. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, students. So what I did is I simply copied this data into a CSV file, and I have made it into a simple CSV file so that I can copy it into R. Okay. So let me go back. The same data I have copied into R. Let me use employee data is the name I have provided. So employee underscore data, it's a CSV file. It has header, so header is equal to true, and the separator, as I said, is always comma. Let us assign this a name. The name that we are assigning is say EMP underscore data. It shouldn't give us any error because the same path I am using is last time what we did set. In the same path I have stored this data, so I am not setting any data. Okay, I am not using set wd. Now simply execute employee underscore data. You get employee id, month and salary copied. Okay, now how to use t apply? As I said, t apply has three arguments. The first one is numeric column vector, second is factor column index, and function. So let me take the first column, that is the numeric column salary. So I start with the name of the data, that is employee underscore data dollar salary. Okay, then comes the month. The name of the data is employee underscore data dollar month, and the function that I am using is a simple sum function. Okay, so let me again cross check whether it is correct. Okay, see what I did get. The output is for July. What I am doing is I am trying to calculate the total salary paid month wise. So July I have paid a total salary of $665. In June I have paid a total of $520. In May I have paid $580. Okay, so I am not going employee wise, I am going month wise. So what is the use of this is calculating the total salaries month wise. Okay, total salaries month wise. So in the month of July, how much did I pay? In June, how much did I pay? In May, how much did I pay? So this is what I am doing. Suppose if I want to calculate total salaries employee wise, okay, so I can make a small change employee wise. So what change do I make? I write simple t apply function vector. So numeric column is salary. Start with employee underscore data, the name of the data set, because salary might be in many data sets. So we should be specific in which data set we are trying to consider the salary. So the salary we are taking is from employee data. So I am using employee underscore data dollar, salary. Then the name of the data set is again employee underscore data. I am taking employee ID, and function is say let us take mean function. So every time we are taking some function, I will take mean. So what I want to do is I want to know what is the mean salary, not the total salary, the mean salary I have paid employee wise. So let me execute this. So employee 100 with employee id 100 has got a mean salary of $215. Then 101 employee id has got $306 on an average, and 102 has got $100 on an average. So calculating the mean salary employee wise, or you can create your own command functions, you can use it. Okay, so only for odd months. Suppose I have May, June, July. So how much did I pay in the month of May and July only, excluding, okay, June. So I can create my own user defined command function. I can write in place of me in sum. I can write that function and I can use it. Only salaries paid in odd months are only for a certain employees. I don't for all the three employees. I want only for employee 101 and 102, not 100. You can do it. So such modifications are easily possible. Because we have only 7, 8 rows and 3 columns, it looks simple, but when you have thousands of rows, lakhs of rows, say 20 lakh rows with say 1000 employees, manually it is highly impossible. Trust me. You can only do it with the help of simple tapply function. You can ask me, sir, we can do it in Excel. Even Excel, it is highly impossible. Let me tell you, it's not at all that easy. In R, with a simple tapply, how many rows, it doesn't matter. Whether it is 10 rows or 10,000 rows or 10 lakh rows, you write the same function. That's all. It will give you the output. That is how these statistical programming languages are. They are very powerful, easy to learn, and handy to use. You have to remember nothing. T apply, numeric column, factor column, function. That's all. Okay, students. So this is how we have worked. So let me comment this. So with one command, I have commented all of them, or you should go to each and every row and comment it. This is, so we have looked at the apply function. If you want to apply any function on row or column wise, we can use apply. Row is always represented as 1 and column is represented as 2. Then that is predefined. You cannot change it. Okay. Then we have s apply and t apply functions. So in between s apply and t apply, if I want to apply a function on all the rows or on a certain rows or on a certain columns, you can use simple s apply and t apply. And in between this, s apply is much more preferred when compared to it's a l apply. And the last one is we have t apply. So a function has to be applied on a numeric column based on certain conditions. The conditions might be month, might be employee ID, or both. So you can use it. Okay. So let me also show you whether we can apply both. So T apply, say employee underscore data and dollar salary. Now I want to use both the factor columns, so use list of employee underscore data dollar, what is the name we have assigned, employee ID. So empid comma employee underscore data dollar month. See, I am using both the factor columns. Okay. And let us go with the sum function. Why am I using sum is to make it simple. Okay. Okay, it has come. So what I am doing is on the row, I am taking the employee ID, and on the columns, I am taking the, what do you say, the month, and I'm trying to print the output. Okay, but it should give me the output, right? Mm. It is printing, that's all. It is not giving me output. So where, how should I do? Okay, students, I will take this as an experiment for today. I will try to write some code. What I want is by employee ID by month, what is the total sum? Let me change something and use, okay, so that I can make it clear. So let us not go with this. This is confusing. I tried to experiment something, but I didn't. I got something, but it's not what I intended. Okay. So let us leave it for now. So pause. Okay. Gauri, let me take your questions. You have given spelling wrong for NCAT. Okay. Let me check. I didn't check. Okay. Thanks for that. Let me check once again. That's why it didn't work. Good. Let me use lapply BA, comma ncar. Now, if the spelling is correct, it should work. Good. It has worked. Thank you, Gauri. So ncar, I think I have misspelled. That is the reason it didn't give me the output. But good that she has pointed out. So in the first word, I got machine learning is the first word. I got 16 characters. Second was deep learning. There are 13 characters. And data science is the third element, 12 characters. Let me also work out the same with sapply. See, so between lapply and sapply, you find that sapply is much more polished, much more easy to understand. That is the reason I said when given a choice, use or go for sapply rather than lapply. Okay. So thanks Gauri for that. Second one, when I execute ncar on lapply, it is executing correctly. Yeah, because this is typo error, spelling mistake. That's the reason I didn't get. Thanks for correcting me. So any more doubts? Any more doubts, please? We have worked on apply, lapply, sapply, tapply. So I want few doubts, questions to be raised. Okay. So we have still more time to go. So what I do is I will go for one more function called let me aggregate function. So the name of the function is aggregate. So what does this function used for? So when compared to tapply, the closest rival is aggregate. Like Pepsi is the closest rival for Coca-Cola. Okay, Nike is closest for Reebok. Okay, our India and Pakistan are the closest rivals. Australia and England, so on so forth. Similar to the tapply and aggregate are the closest rivals. So now, why do we need aggregate when we have tapply? So tapply has some issue. Okay, means it is handicapped. How? The main thing is you cannot use more than one numeric column. You cannot use more than one factor column. Okay. So if you have multiple numeric columns, you have multiple factor columns, you cannot use tapply. If you look at 508 row, what we found out is the mean salary by employee ID, or 505 row, we calculated total salary month wise. So we used only one numeric column salary at one column, okay, whether it is month or employee ID, that is factor column. Suppose we have salary and savings, and we have month, year, and employee ID. So salary and savings are two, are age. So salary, savings, age are three numeric columns, and month, employee ID, year are factor columns. If I want to use these six columns, I cannot use T apply. So I need some other, okay, which can work out for me. There comes the aggregate function. So aggregate function is used to, okay, use more than one numeric column, more than one factor column. We can use it in aggregate function. So for that, the above table or the data is not possible. So what I do is, I load, I activate ggplot2 package. So for all of you, let me tell you, you install a new package. So how to install? You can go to fourth window, packages, install, you can use, or simply write a simple code, install.packages. Within that you type ggplot2 and execute. Because I have this, hope I have this, I am not installing. You activate the package. So library is the function you use to activate the package. I activated the package. Then you search, you confirm with the help of search function. So ggplot2 is activated. Now why am I doing all this is, I have a beautiful package called diamonds. Okay, let me write, show you head of diamonds data set. Diamonds is a data set that I have in ggplot2. First, let me execute the head function. These are the first six rows. Okay. So we have something called caret, cut, color, clarity, depth, table, price, X, Y, Z columns. So some are numeric like caret, depth, table, price, XYZ columns are numeric, color, clarity, cut are factors. Okay, let me also show you the number of rows and columns with the help of dim function. It has 53,940 rows, which is a very huge data set with 10 columns. Got it, students? So what I said, in place of names, head and all, you can use a simple function called structure. It will give you the entire output. See, so it has 50, no, no, okay, 53 into 940 rows. Okay, then it has 10 columns. The names of columns are these, the data type of each column is this. Okay, and these are the sample values. Okay, so I use, again I go for head. So what I want is, if I want to use cut and color, two factor columns, and price and caret, new two numeric columns, two factor columns, cut and color, two numeric columns, price and caret. So let me start with one and I will show you the other. So let me show you the difference between T apply and apply. I will go with one column. Go to the diamonds data set, take the price, then diamonds data set, let me go by color, and I will find the mean on this. So what does that mean? I want to find the average price for each Okay, color. Let us say we have different colors. So how do you know? We have learned about the table function. So table function tells us about the unique values, and also the number under each unique value. So let us go with table of diamonds dollar color. So we have D, E, F, G, H, I, J as the, okay, different unique values, and these are the number of records or rows under each, okay, level or unique value. So now what is T apply doing is we are trying to calculate mean price for every color. So if we go for color D, there are 6,775 records or rows. I am trying to pull the price for all the 6,775, okay, D color diamonds. I am calculating the mean price. Then I move to the color E. I have 9,797 records. I get the price for all these 9,797 records for color E. I will calculate the mean price. Okay, this is what I am trying to do in T apply. So let me write here. I am calculating mean price for every color. Okay, or color value I am trying to find out. Let me execute here. So I have D, E, F, G, H, I, J for 6,777 diamonds under color D. The mean price is 3,169.954 dollars. For color E diamonds, we have 9,797 diamonds, and the mean price is $3,076.752, so on so forth. So this is how we are trying to find out. Let me use simple aggregate function. So aggregate function, how do you write it, is in different format. First, write the name of the numeric column followed by this symbol. This symbol you find it right under the escape button in your laptop. Escape button you have on the left top, right under that about tab you find this symbol. Shift and that button you will get this symbol. This is called tilde or tilde. TILDE is the what is a spelling. Tilde you call it, tilde you call it, means versus or as a function of. So price versus color, comma, name of the data set is diamonds, and the function is mean. So the way you write is different, but the meaning is same. See, if you compare T apply and aggregate, you get this same output. In T apply for color D, it is 3169.954. For aggregate, it is color D 3169.954. Say in T apply for I, it is 5091.875. In aggregate for I, it is 5091.875. So you get the same output, but the way is different. The way of printing is different. Okay, this is for one simple column. But if I want to add few more columns, I cannot use T apply. Like I want both mean price to be calculated for both cut and color. Two factors I am using. So how do I write? First, what I am doing, I will write so that for your future reference, you will find calculating mean price for every color, for every cut and color value. Okay, so use aggregate function. I want to use price numeric column on the left side followed by shift and tilde option. You will get it. I want cut and color, so you write cut plus color. The name of the data set is diamonds, and you are calculating the mean function. Okay, so let me execute this. See, so what did we get is, if the cut is fair, color is D, you get the mean price of $4291.061. If the color is good, sorry, cut is good and color is D, the mean price for those dollars with cut good and color D is $3405.382. So you get around 35 different combinations, and this is the mean price for all those 35 combinations. See, by simply writing one line aggregate price of cut plus color comma diamonds comma mean, you could get the output in few seconds. If you really want to use Excel, or if you want to manually calculate, it's highly impossible. This is again, I am repeating, the power of the statistical programming languages, whether it is Python, R, or something else. So R is much more easier to learn when compared to Python. If you learn R, 50% of Python is learned. Okay, students. So today we have learned some in-depth, much more useful functions like apply family functions, apply, L apply, S apply, T apply, and aggregate function. So aggregate is the near close rival to T apply. T apply, the problem is it cannot handle more than one numeric and one factor column, whereas aggregate can handle multiple numeric, multiple factor columns. Okay, so let me quickly write here aggregate function. Step 1, install package. Step 2, load the package. Okay, activate the package. Step 3, confirm whether the package, confirmation of package. Okay, then use diamonds data set in ggplot to package. So head, diamonds, and structure is the function. Finding table function is finding the what unique values and number in color column of uh, G diamonds data set. So once we identify that we have around say how many colors did we have? Let me check out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. So there are 7 colors in the color data set, each consisting of so many records. So the first function we use tapply and aggregate. We are calculating the mean price of the dollars per each, okay, unique color. The same output we got with the help of aggregate function. As I said, aggregate has the flexibility of using more numeric columns and more factor columns. So we added two factor columns. So we are calculating the mean price for every cut and color unique value. Got it, students? So this is how you can experiment. So don't worry, these all things will be used in your what do you say, project. So again I am telling, if you are going through the class it looks simple, easy, but after few days or few weeks you will forget. So how to have experience or how not to lose the knowledge you have gained is by regular practice. Okay, so like the yesterday's class, I will send you immediately after this the data. I will send to the Blackbucks, they will share the data with you. Try to practice, okay, don't leave it. Yesterday I did share, hope you got it in time. Similar to that I will share today also. Don't, okay, sit like that, start practicing so that you will get hands-on experience. Okay students, it's 7. So any doubts, please raise. I will be happy to solve them. Else, we will end the session. Today there is very less number. I don't know why. Weekend. Any doubts? Okay, Saujanya, can I leave for today?
Yes, sir. It's
Oh,
already 7 o'clock.
yeah, someone has no sir. Okay, because I went in the morning, so just came